What's up, KGS Headmaster here. Apologies for the delay. I tried going Apologies for the delay. I tried going live. It had this lovely buffering, swirly thing saying going live, going live, going live, and then I didn't go live. So I hope everyone is on this video and not the one where I'm just sitting there going, okay. So if you're out there, if we've got any viewers, if you're taking part in the quiz, drop me a like, drop me a comment. This is the Christmas quiz. If you've not done the Christmas quiz before, well, actually, none of us have done the Christmas. I've never done the Christmas quiz before. But if you've not done a KGS Headmaster quiz before, this is how it works. I read out the questions. You answer. You write them down. Don't answer them in the chat. There's nothing technical. There's no wizardry going on. There's no kind of flashing up A, B, C, and D. I've got them, and you just write them down. And then when I read out the answers, you mark your own papers, and we trust each other. We trust that my answers and questions were good and answers were right, and we trust the fact that you wouldn't, your KGS, you wouldn't look up the answers or tick any wrong answers. So you can take part as an individual. You can take part as a family. You can take part. I would normally say you can take part as a group of friends. But obviously, that's a little bit out the window at the moment. So let's hope you're not round each other's houses. That's kind of, not where we should be right now. I'm going to put on a different hat for every round. Most of them are just Santa hats, but it keeps me amused, and hopefully maybe you too. Some of them are a bit smaller than others, so they might be a bit uncomfortable. As you can see, I'm in the Christmas den. We've got the KGS Christmas bear. A little bit of London Transport Christmas with the holly going on. We got the light. Now, it doesn't mean I'm spending Christmas in the den. It just means that Mrs. Lehek has very kindly made the den a little bit Christmassy for us. So thank you to her. Thank you to Miss Lehek, who put together the quiz for me. Really appreciate her efforts and contribution. And thank you to the team at KGS who've been helping me with these videos and just helping us all get through the term. And hopefully you guys are all there. Whether you're self-isolating or not self-isolating, you're grateful for getting to the end of the term and you're just getting ready for the quiz. So we've now got, I think, enough people to get started. I'll do the questions in kind of bunches of 5 at a time. We'll do the first five questions. So we'll get to 10 and then we'll mark those and you can tell me how you're getting on and you can tell me who you are. So I've got no comments yet in the chat. Now, it could be that you are chatting and I'm not seeing it. It could be the buffering thing. So it could be that it's not coming through. So we'll just take that as we go. But at the end, now you can email me, obviously. But if you, do you email head@KGS or, because that email address has to go through a different, anyway, look, just drop me a message. Oh, now look, Waggles straight in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, Waggles. So the messages are coming up. I was worried for a minute there that the messages wouldn't come through. And whoo, there we go. Now, I've never had so much use out of one suit in all my life. This reindeer suit, what an investment. I'm going to get another one for next year, I promise. So I'll have a range of suits to wear. And I would love to say that your prize for winning the quiz today would be this suit and tie. But you probably, COVID sensible, don't want my reindeer suit. So maybe when things are a little bit safer and it's all been cleaned, I'll raffle it off and we can raise some money for the PSA. Something like that. So who knows? So if you wouldn't give a penny for this reindeer suit, tell me it's a bad idea. But if you bid even £1 for this reindeer suit, then that's something we can talk about in the new year, ready for next Christmas. And you could come to school dressed in the Headmaster's reindeer suit instead of your Christmas jumper. So thank you, Waggles, for the comment. Thank you for telling people to subscribe and like. Make sure you do that. Everybody get on board with the G's. There's already a like in there. Get on board with the W's, the big dubs. I'm going to start with the first 5 questions. You're going to self-mark once we've got to the end of 10. I'll tell you the answers. Then you're going to tell me your scores. But the first thing I need to do is put a hat on. And the first hat out of the bag is a Santa hat. And it's the rather special one, I think. Is this the one with lights? Oh, no, this is just a really plush one. This is a really lovely Santa. You can tell, look how plush this is. That's gorgeous. That keeps your ears warm. This is one that you could wear in Iceland if you were Mrs. Humphrey. Just make sure the tie is straight and all the reindeers are aligned. Here we go, Christmas quiz. Round 1, movies, Christmas movies. Question number 1. Here we go. In the movie The Polar Express, which I told you I think was one of my favourite Christmas books, and it could have easily been a favourite Christmas movie. Tom Hanks, famous star. Get on with it, Mr. Leck. Okay. In the movie poster, what is it that is believed can only be heard by children in particular, but by those who truly believe in Father Christmas? What is it that can only be heard by those people who truly believe in Father Christmas? There we go. And that other message that just came up, I don't even, I even looked up what POG was earlier, and something about playing with, it's some code, isn't it? I know what G is. I think I know what F is. I think I know what the W and the L are. POG, I'm still learning. So if anybody wants to be an official translator in the chat, that would be wonderful. And just tell me what on earth is going on. Brilliant. Here we go. Question 2. In the original 1957 Grinch movie, in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas, to put it properly, in the 1957 movie, what colour was the Grinch? Okay. POG means good. Thanks, Waggles. I like that. Okay, well, I'm down with that, right? Down with that. Listen to me, getting down with the kids. Down with that. I'm very pleased. Thank you very much indeed. Play of the game. POG basically means great. Thank you. This is great. I love this. Put some more in there and then translate them for me. Just keep it all. So what colour was the Grinch? And for a bonus question, bonus point, what colour were his eyes? Okay. So think about the modern Grinch. You've got the Jim Carrey version, the cartoon version, the one you see sometimes on the books. But the 1957 movie, what colour was he? And for a bonus, what colour his eyes? Here we go. Question 3. What year was my favourite Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life? What year was it released? And I'm going to give you 2 years either way. Okay. I'll give you a half point if you're even 1 year further, if you were like 3 years out. Okay. So what year was It's a Wonderful Life released? And to give those of you who are thinking, Mr. Heck, what is it? Victorian? Who knows? It's so old. It's post World War II. Okay, that gives you a bit of an inkling. Can't really say much more than that. Here we go. And GG means good. Like it. This is great. I love all this translation. Mimer's in. And the other thing to say is if you missed any of the questions, put it in the chat. I'll go over them again quickly so you don't lose out on your scores. So at the end, before I give out the answers, I will go over it in the chat. Question 3. Oh, no, I did that. What year was It's a Wonderful Life released? Within 2 years. Question 4. We've all heard of the Home Alone franchise, right? It's the #1 film, particularly for Mr. Cooney and his form, and quite rightly so, in their opinion. But what was the name of the 4th movie in the franchise? Now, you get a point for the first bit, because that should be quite obvious. But there's a bonus point, maybe even 2, if you're exact, if you get the second bit. What do we think? So, what was the name of the 4th movie in the Home Alone franchise? 1 mark for the first bit, bonus points for the second bit. 1 mark for being close, 2 marks for being precise. Here we go. And finally, question 5 in this section, who plays the Prime Minister in the Christmas movie Love Actually? Who plays the Prime Minister in the Christmas movie Love Actually? So I'll give you a quick rundown again, but let me know if you need any reminding. Is Google no, Mimer? It's not. And plus, you should be pretty hot on your movies. No, you're not allowed to Google. But you look it up. You can. Who cares who wins? We're all having fun. But if you do win, there might be a prize, and it won't be the radio suit, even though I'd love to give it to you. But I'm going to raffle it off in the new year. But if you've missed any questions, let me know. And if you have a week round, you'll have a better round later on. We all know that if Gemma's here, she's going to win, but I don't know if Gemma's on the call. She's had all the 5th years have had their trial exams over the last couple of weeks, so they may be just lying back, resting, exhausted, who knows. But number 1, what can only the people who believe in Father Christmas hear in the Polar Express? That's number 1. Number 2, what colour is the Grinch in the original 1957 movie, and what colour were his eyes, for a bonus? Question 3, what year was It's a Wonderful Life released? Within 2 years, maybe 3 for a half. I've got 5 likes, and somebody's saying get into 20, get into 10. Do you know what? I'm happy with 5. I like Jemima. Don't answer the questions in the chat. Write it down. Write it down. Don't answer the questions in the chat. And that's not quite right. So I'm glad you didn't put the exact answer. Write it down, make a note of it, and we'll go through the answer in a minute. We've all heard Home Alone, but what was the name of the fourth movie in the franchise? It's all right, Mama, don't worry. You're off the hook. 1 mark for the first bit, a double mark for the second bit. And who plays the Prime Minister in Love Actually? So that's Christmas movies. We've got loads of people on the call now. We've got 5 likes. Up to 5, I'm happy with 5. We can live with 5. If it gets to 10, I'll be ecstatic. I may even have to change hats. In fact, I'm going to change hats anyway because we're going to go to. Oh, Gemma, your Wi-Fi cut out. Well, this is round 1, Gemma. It is. Okay. So do you need the questions again? I'll tell you what I'll do. When I go through the answers, I'll ask the question first and you can quickly answer it because I've been through them a couple of times already, but I will repeat the question before I give the answer. And I'm going to do round 2 first, but I'm going to change hats. Now, Gemma's on the call, which must mean some other hockey players and sports people are on the call. So in honour of them, I'm going to put on the KGS Christmas bobble hat. There we go. Kindly donated to me by Mrs. Walker when I was watching a KGS hockey match, and everyone else was wearing bobble hats and I wasn't. And she said, "You got to have one." So here I am. And the reason I didn't have one was because they don't suit me. But nevertheless, I neither does this. But never mind. Who goes? Here we go. Round 2. Other celebrations apart from Christmas. Now, this one might catch you out. Eid or Eid al-Fitr is celebrated by Muslims to mark the end of Ramadan. What does Eid al-Fitr mean? Okay, what does Eid al-Fitr mean? And that's Eid, E-I-D, al-Fitr, A-L-F-I-T-R. Apologies if pronunciation's a bit off. Hopefully I've got that accurate. And what does it mean? Question number 2. How long does Diwali, meaning Festival of Lights, sometimes said Diwali, but I think more properly Diwali. How long does the Diwali Festival of Lights, celebrated by Hindus and Sikhs, last for? How many days? Okay, that's number 2. And you're all thinking, we thought it was going to be movies and music. You're now getting all cultural on us, sir. Quite right too. Here we go. Question 3. During the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, what is the name of the potato fritter that is traditionally eaten? What's the name of the potato fritter traditionally eaten at Hanukkah? That's number 3. Number 4. Chinese New Year is the Chinese festival that celebrates the beginning of a new year on the Chinese calendar. And 2020 saw the year of the rat. Bit prophetic, that maybe. Rats, plague. Let's not go there. What is 2021 going to be? That wasn't an imitation of the animal, by the way. It was about being strong. Okay. So there we go. And question 5. Christians begin to prepare for Christmas on the 4th Sunday before Christmas. What is that period from then leading up to Christmas known as? Okay, so a quick repeat on those. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated by Muslims to mark the end of Ramadan. What does Eid al-Fitr stand for? Mean rather. How long does Diwali, meaning Festival of Lights, celebrated by Hindus and Sikhs, how long does that last for? During Hanukkah, what is the name of the potato fritter that's traditionally eaten? Chinese New Year, 2020 was the year of the rat. What's 2021? And question 5, Christians start to prepare for Christmas on the 4th Sunday before Christmas. What's that period called? There we go. Waggles is definitely trying to get me loads of likes. 7 likes, let's go. Do you know, 7, the Magnificent 7, famous 5, Magnificent 7. I don't know what's going to happen because if you hit 8, then that's the Hateful 8, which is a great Tarantino movie, but I don't want to suggest that 8 likes is hateful, right? So, and 9, don't know. Anyway, so what we're going to do, 8 likes. Well, no, we're not up to 8 likes yet. That's just Waggles getting excited. Let's go, as Nepenthes would say. So here we go. We're going to give the answers from 1 to 10. I'm going to go slowly so that Gemma can answer them as she goes along. I'm going to keep the hat on despite the fact I'm boiling indoors. If I start melting before your very eyes, it's the hat, not all the sun lamps I've got around the room. I'm definitely not picking up any tan. I'm as pale as ever, I'm afraid. Here we go. In the Polar Express, What is it that is believed to be only heard, particularly by children, if you truly believe in Father Christmas? What is it you can only hear if you truly believe in Father Christmas? And I know Mima said sleigh bells, because there is a sleigh bell, but it's actually the ringing of a bell. You can only hear the ringing of a bell, the tinkle of a bell. So you can hear the bells on the sleigh, on the reindeer, but also any other bell associated with Father Christmas. It's that tinkling of a bell if you truly believe in Father Christmas. Otherwise, you hear nothing. It's silent. Okay, here we go. Question 2. What colour was the Grinch in the original 1957 movie? What colour was the Grinch in the original 1957 movie? I'm going slowly, so Gemma and anyone else can catch up. Just go for a colour. Any colour. Try not to go for the colour you know he is, because obviously I wouldn't ask the question if it was that colour. White. The original Grinch in 1957 was white. And for a bonus, what colour were his eyes? Big clue on the screen. Red. Okay, Grinch was white, red eyes. Question 3. What year was It's a Wonderful Life released? Within 2 years. And I said it was post-World War II to give a clue to those who... 10 likes is good. What always interests me about the likes is I've got 24 viewers, and I think at one point we're up to 27. So I think some people came in by accident and they thought, okay, got 24 viewers, but only 10 of you like it, which means the other 14 are reserving judgment. And I get that. You know, I wouldn't like a meal before I'd eaten it. I'd wait until I'd finished the meal, then I'd decide whether I liked it. So as long as we get a like, oh my goodness, we're down to 23 viewers. Someone else was tuned out. Okay, maybe someone else was in by accident. Who knows? Here we go. 12. Oh my goodness. No, don't give me likes. Wait and see if you do like it. You might not like it. You might not. I'm more worried about the fact that people are leaving, which is balancing up the number. Okay, here we go. Wonderful Life was released what year? 1946. So you can have anywhere between 44 and 48. And if you went 43, 49, I'll give you a half. Okay, so it's 1946. And there was a big clue in there about it being post-World War II. It was a year immediately after, 1946. Real uplifting movie. Might even watch it tonight. Bit of an uplift on a Friday at the end of term. Home Alone, the name of the 4th movie. You can have 1 point for saying Home Alone 4. Okay, I didn't give Gemma time to catch up. Okay, what was the name of the Home Alone movie, the 4th one in the franchise? Okay, it starts Home Alone 4. If you got that, have a point. Of course you got that. You all got that. But what's the tagline? You can have 2 marks if you got this, 1 if you're close. It's called Taking Back the House. Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House. So 1 for Home Alone 4, a half for anything to do with taking, re-entering, breaking into, the house, the home, the residence. But if you got it exactly, Taking Back the House, give yourself another 2 marks. Okay, here we go. And who was the Prime Minister in Love Actually? Not the name of the character, the name of the actor. Who was the Prime Minister in the Christmas movie Love Actually? Who played him? It was... A little bit of a pause to let people answer if they haven't already. Hugh Grant. There you go. Hugh Grant was the Prime Minister in Love Actually. So there we go. Round 2, other celebrations. Eid al-Fitr is the festival of the breaking of the fast. So it's basically, because it's at the end of Eid, it's when the fast is broken and kind of recommence kind of normal procedures. So that's that. And Diwali, meaning Festival of Lights, is celebrated for 5 days. Question 3, during Hanukkah, the potato fritter is a latke, or latkes. It's pronounced L-A-T-K-E-S, latke. The Chinese New Year in 2021 is going to be the ox, hence strong. Hopefully we'll all be strong as an ox, having had the year of the rat. That's something we could all do with. Maybe this is all, I don't know, maybe this is all prophecy, who knows. And Christians prepare for Christmas on the 4th Sunday before Christmas. What's the period called? Advent. Okay, so there we go. Bells, White with Red Eyes, 1946, Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House, Hugh Grant, Festival of the Breaking of the Fast, 5 days, Latka, Ox, and Advent. marks. We'll call it out of 10, even though there were about 13, 14 marks available. I'm going to take this hat off because I'm sweltering, and we'll move on to round 3. While I'm taking the hat off and selecting a new one, tell me what you've got out of 10 in the chat. Don't worry if you've only got 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Don't worry, other people won't as well. But if you've got 10 out of 10, tell me that too. We need to know who's in the lead. What are your scores? I've got the new hat ready. I'm going to take a moment to before I put it on. I'm going to let the head breathe a little bit. Waggles has got 5. Whoa, Johnny Vaughan, one of my regulars from back in the day, back with a bang from stateside, got 9. Mima's got 6. Mrs. Hayward Banks, evening, has got 5. Miss Williams has got 7. I want to know who's getting the scores here. Where's going? Now the Bracken. So I've got 4. Gemma's got 10, and that's playing catch up. Wow. I think Waggles has got this line just going on. She goes, love the video, love the video. 9 for Drista. I don't know who Drista YH is, but just drop me one little note. But 9, that's a fantastic score. So we've got 10s, we've got 9s, we've got 5s, 6s, 7s. We've got a 3 for Vasco. Vasco, one of my 1W clan. Well done, you. This is brilliant. But what's lovely is you're getting scores. Mrs. Humphreys just arrived. She's starting on 0. Okay, so if Mrs. Humphreys just arrived, well, let's give her a nominal score. Vote in the chat. How many should we give her on average? How many do you think she would have got if she'd been on the first 10 questions? Okay, so we've now got 26 families, groups watching. We've got 15 likes, 11 people reserving judgment, top score of 10, lowest score of 1, loads of people on kind of 13 and sorry, on 3s and 5s and whatever. Drista thinks she would have got 92. Miss Williams thinks she would have got 10. Johnny Vaughan knows from experience that 2 would probably be about right. I think that's a little bit harsh, actually, Johnny. Waggles 5. I think if we gave Mrs. Humphrey 5 or 6, we happy with that? Kind of round about half marks? I think she would have got some of those, right? So I think let's give her 5. Right, here we go. My favourite hat, but it's surely the most uncomfortable. And actually, I can hear very little, despite the size of the ears, because it covers. So if I start shouting at the screen, it's not because I've suddenly gone mad and it's getting dark outside. It's because the elf hat covers everything, okay? And it is the tightest hat in the world. I needed to get a large. I'm not sure it came in different sizes. That's not saying I've got a big head, by the way. It's a small hat, right? As long as it's less than you, you're happy, Johnny. Quite right, too. Okay, so let's say Johnny got 9. Let's say Mrs. Humphrey. I think Mrs. Humphrey, take a 5 or a 6. I'll leave it to your discretion. Round 3, Christmas traditions. Christmas traditions. Here we go. So, question 1. What are Father Christmas's 8 reindeer called? Now, I'm going to give a mark for 3, 2 marks for 6. Yeah, and 3 for 7 or 8. I'm going to be really impressed if you get 7 or 8, but I didn't want to divvy it up to, because I was thinking the more I kind of divvy it up, the less I remember, because I haven't written that down. Okay, but I think if you get 3, that's a mark. If you get 6, I'm going to give you 2 marks. 7 or 8, so I'll let you off 1 maybe. I'm going to give you 3 marks. Pretty sure 1 is called Frank. You put it down, Drista. You know, I think that's, you know, if you think 1's called Frank, then you know, you go for it, okay? But remember, you can only put 8 names. There's no kind of playing around with thinking, right, if I write down 27 names, I think the 8 will be in there somewhere. You can only write down 8. I'm going to give you a moment. The one with the red nose, that's the one I always forget, Mima. I'm never quite sure. Who knows, hey? You know, that's the tricky one. Jeff, possibly there's a Jeff in there. Possibly not. There is one, actually, there's a couple of different spellings and pronunciations, and I will give them all to you. You can tell what a little bit of internet research does for my daughter at university. Suddenly gets very involved with the names of reindeer, unless that was Mrs. Leheck looking those things up. Maybe a Jonathan or a Johnny, could be Ronnie, Johnny, Lonnie, who knows? You had time to write down 8 names? Come back to it if you haven't. Question 2. Father Christmas is believed to have first visited children in some shape or form many years ago, reaching right back before the modern kind of version of Zonny, Quanny. Only if Santa had good taste. Well, quite. If Santa had good taste, he would have named his chief reindeer Johnny. Absolutely, absolutely. So, but if you go back to when Father Christmas first started, what was his original name and what was the colour of the outfit he wore? Okay, so the original name and the original colour of his outfit. Okay, 1 mark for each there. There we go. Is there a movie with reindeers and one of the reindeers is called Jeff? I just said that, and the minute he said it, I was thinking, I know it's not right, but it sounds familiar. Or is there a joke about one of the reindeer being called Jeff? I'm not sure. Wow, I've forgotten just how hot this hat was as well because it's tight. I think it's even hotter than the last one. Here we go. So that was number 2, wasn't it? Number 3, which American company is said to have invented the modern Father Christmas Santa Claus? So which company kind of, changed the way he looked and appeared? So which American company is said to have kind of invented or created the modern Father Christmas or Santa Claus? Oh, Jeff, for the name of the original Santa, or Bobby Jeff. Yeah, again, I'm not sure you're really on the money on that one, but you go with it. Well, the great thing is you must never be scared of being wrong as long as you learn from the mistake. He says in a lovely educational way. Okay, here we go. Which royal couple sparked off the custom in Britain of bringing a tree into the home and decorating it with ornaments and lights? Originally candles. Imagine the danger, and imagine having a candle on a fir tree. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so which royal couple sparked off the tradition of bringing the tree into the home with candles, ornaments, etc., etc.? A school in Brighton banned Santa for his thing with this company. I'd love to hear more. Send me the article. I wonder if we should ban Santa. Don't know. I'm not too sure about that. And here we go. Question 5. What is the traditional meaning of Boxing Day? Why does Boxing Day have that? And what's the association with what is it? What's Boxing Day? What does that mean? Okay. So let's have those 5 again quickly. The names of the 8 reindeer. The original name of Father Christmas and the colour of his outfit. The American company that created the modern Father Christmas. The royal couple who sparked the tradition of bringing the tree into the house with ornaments and lights. And the traditional meaning of Boxing Day. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to change hats. We're going to do another 5 questions. Then I'm going to give you 10 answers. And then we're going to see how we are. There we go. Whew. Now, this is one of my favourites. I have to thank Mrs. Elliott for this one. It's a Santa hat with flashing lights, as you can see. It's absolutely ridiculous, a bit like most Santa hats. But the flashing lights aren't just kind of around the brim; they are also throughout the hat. So, if at any moment, if my head explodes in a Marvel movie style fashion, I haven't been kind of attacked by anything. It's just the hat deciding that it's had enough of being on my head, and boom. Okay, here we go. Flashy Pog, thank you, Trista. And I got 15 likes. Trista's saying there's 17. I'm only seeing anyway. This is the article. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Here we go. Food, Christmas food. So, question 16, are we? If you were to have eaten a mince pie in the Middle Ages, what would have been in it? So a mince pie. Has someone disliked the video? Oh no! See, I don't get to see that on my screen. I just see the number of people watching. So the number of kind of devices logged into, number of likes. Maybe they do this for presenters. They don't actually put any dislikes on because it will put you off. Imagine if you had 15 likes, you're getting really excited. But the other 10 people watching it were like dislikes, or maybe someone hit the wrong button because the 15 just became 16. So who knows? But look, if you just liked it, thank you for your honesty. Give me a bit more feedback, and we'll discuss it in the new year. Right, here we go. So what would you get in a medieval mince pie? Question 17. Which coin was traditionally put into a Christmas pudding and would bring luck to those who found it? Which coin was originally put into a Christmas pudding and would bring luck to the person that found it? So it was served to them, mouthful of Christmas pudding, found a coin, brings them luck. What coin was it? Quite small, quite dangerous actually. Health and safety, or should I say elf and safety? But that's not even a good joke, and I'm not even wearing the elf hat, so stop it, the heck, stop it. Here we go. Question 18. What Italian cake is popular at Christmas? What's the name of the Italian cake that's popular at Christmas? You all know this one. I can hear lots of people around the country going, "Oh, I know that one." Fantastic, well done. Dad joke, yeah, absolutely, and don't, yeah, you're quite right. It's bad, isn't it, when I haven't got anything better to contribute by way of humour than something as ridiculous as that. Question 19. Which fruit is often found, or used to be, at the bottom of a child's Christmas stocking? Which fruit? Now, you did know that actually there's a tradition, apparently, that the bad children, you better not laugh, better not cry, better not pound telling you why, he's making a list, checking it twice, he's going to find out he's naughty or nice, Santa Claus is coming to town, da 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 da. The children that were naughty apparently got a lump of coal. Now, that's not true. Actually, you got a lump of coal as a reward because you needed a lump of coal to warm you up, so it went on the fire. So a lump of coal was actually a positive thing. But you also, because of the kind of vitamin C deficiency, might get some fruit, and that tradition continued. So what was the fruit? And I'll allow variations on a theme here. That was the fourth one in this section. So we've got what was in a medieval mince pie, what was the coin in a Christmas pudding, what's the Italian cake popular at Christmas, what's the piece of fruit in a stocking, and then finally, in Japan, which food chain provides the most popular Christmas dinner? In Japan, which food chain provides the most popular Christmas dinner? Did anybody else just see a shooting star across the background there? I was like, it's nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with my hat or my watch. Or I just saw a flash of light. It was incredible. Maybe it was just me, but if you saw it too, put it in the chat. I'd be interested. Maybe it's just old age and bad jokes. Maybe kind of that's the punishment. So here we go. So we're going to go traditions, then food. Everybody ready? Question 11. Here we go. These are the 8 reindeer. 1 mark for 3, 2 marks for 6. So what happens if you get 4 or 5? That's 1 mark. Okay. What happens if you get 1 or 2? 0. So 1, 0, 2, 0, 3 a mark, 4 a mark, 5 a mark, 6 2 marks. I said 7 or 8 3 marks. I'm going to have 3 marks. I'm going to have to stick to that. This doesn't really work, does it? But 7 or 8 3 marks. There we go. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, and Blitzen, and then Donder, sometimes spelt Dunder or Donna. So they'll say Donna and Blitzen. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donder and Blitzen, or Donna and Blitzen. Not Rudolph. Rudolph's the 9th reindeer. Not an original reindeer. Sorry, everyone. So if you got Rudolph as one of your reindeer, give yourself a half for being wonderful and for picking up Rudolph of KGS Headmaster's Christmas suit. Here we go. No Jeff. No, sorry. I should have said that straight away. Don't worry about Rudolph. There is no Jeff. Here we go. So it was Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. Father Christmas was first called Saint Nicholas. He was based on an actual saint who would help people out, and his suit or his outfit was green, which represented holly, ivy, mistletoe. It's basically the darkest day of winter, and it was that kind of step into, we're now moving towards spring. So it recognized kind of regrowth, greenery. So it was 21, I can only see 16. Oh, 21 likes. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's moving at a pace. Yeah. No, sorry. I thought we were on question 21. I was asking, I've made a mistake. No, it's the likes. You guys keep going on the likes. Here we go. So St. Nicholas and Green. The American company was Coca-Cola, which reinvented Santa Claus, Father Christmas in the 1930s, made him a big, happy, jolly chap with a big white beard, and put him in a red suit. Why? Because they wanted to promote the drinking of a soft drink at a cold time of year. They found they had massive sales in the summer, very low sales in the winter. So they decided to do a winter campaign to promote their drink as a winter drink. There we go. And it kind of stuck ever since. And you get the Coca-Cola Christmas advert this year. Check it out, YouTube, TV, wherever. It's a bit weird. It's almost like if you watched it, he doesn't need to leave. There's this big journey. Just stay where you are. Oh, I thought it was Pep. No, sorry, no, it's Coca-Cola. Here we go. The royal couple. It was Prince Albert and Queen Victoria, who Queen Victoria got the idea from Prince Albert, who brought his customs and traditions from Germany, and they brought the tree in with candles and ornaments, and that's where we've got that. And people copied it ever since. They thought, well, if it's good enough for royals, good enough for us. Wonderful stuff. And question 5. Boxing Day. Some people think it's because lots of sports took place the day after Christmas, and one of the sports would be boxing, but it's not. It was actually when the rich would go out and give boxes of gifts to the poor. So it was a way of kind of spreading the Christmas cheer the day after Christmas. So there was a Christmas opening of presents in a lot of countries on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day was the day for being with family. That was the day for like doing no work. Probably one of the only days. And then Boxing Day was when you took gifts you'd received that you'd sorted and not used, and you gave them on to the poor. There we go. And so that's Boxing Day. Now, food. If you had a mince pie in medieval times, it was literally minced meat, and not minced meat as in you put in mince pies today, but minced meat as in minced mutton, minced lamb, minced beef, minced pork, but particularly minced mutton. So it was minced meat with bits of fruit. So it was meat and fruit. And that's how I get the modern kind of minced meat, which is a very fruity mixture called minced meat, but with no actual meat in it. But it was. The coin was a silver sixpence. The Italian cake is a panettone. The orange is the fruit found at the bottom of a stocking. But I'll give you satsuma, clementine, anything of that nature. Don't go down the route of lemon and lime. I'm not giving you anything for the other citrus fruits, but anything associated with the orange in colour, satsuma, clementine, but orange is the one. More recently, tradition became satsuma, so that's an obvious substitute, and therefore I will allow clementine. And the food chain that hosts the most popular Christmas lunches in Japan is KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's the most popular Christmas dish in Japan, so I'm told. There we go. So that is out of 20. How are we getting on? So don't forget, Mrs. Humphrey, we gave you, what did we give you, 5 or 6? We said it was up to you, didn't we? So, and so we now will be able to work out how many you've got out of the last 10 or more. Gemma, hopefully you've caught up. Tom Nook's in the house, but that will need translating for me. How many have we got? Now, this is the stage at which people stop putting their scores up. They don't mind putting their scores out of 10. They don't mind putting their scores at the end to say, oh, I won, I lost. But in the middle, they're like, oh, I don't want to say. I feel a bit, don't want to show off if I've got too many. Don't want to appear silly if I haven't got enough. Just put it in the chat. We're all friends. We've got 24 people watching with 20 likes. Well, I know it's more than 24 people watching, but 24 devices. So here we're going. So Miss Humphrey's on 12. So if we gave her 5 or 6, she got 6 or 7. That's not a bad result out of the last 10. Waggles on 17 out of 20. That's a fantastic score. Vasco's now on 9. Mrs. Humphrey, she said 6, 12, so she's got 6 again. Where else have we got? Is that still on 7, Michelle, or is that 7 on the last 10? Because that 7 on the last 10 is quite good. So don't feel sick about that. But actually, if you're still on 7 from the first 10 and it hasn't moved on, I'm sorry. Questions. Blame the questions. Blame the quizmaster. It's not you, I promise. Oop Random's got 17 out of 20, which is fantastic. 11 on the second round for the Brackens. They're up to 15. They had a great kind of second round. Still waiting for Gemma to come through. She's often a good scorer. And Mima hasn't come back to me yet. Who else we got? Johnny on 20 and a half out of 20. Now, normally you would say anybody's got 20 and a half out of 20 could be cheating, but it's not true because there have been more than 20 points available. We've said it's out of 10, but we offered something like 13 points for the first round and probably another 13 for the second round. So actually he's flying. Johnny could be, and this might not be for the first time, but it wouldn't be very many times, on for a win. Now, I know he's got help in the background there. I know there's a few other people in the background helping him, but come on, B, this is a great total. So Mima, Gemma, let me know how you're getting on as well. I'm going to move on to the final round. And the final round, 5 questions only, Christmas music. Everyone ready? Eyes down. Here we go. Now, Drista says 92 out of 20. Thank you, Drista. Miss Williams, 15. Gemma, 21. See, I knew it. I knew it. And I was thinking, I'm going to have to give the prize to Johnny, but Gemma's come back with a bang. There we go, 21. So everything to play for. I would probably say it's between Oop Random, Johnny, Gemma, and Waggles. Who else was on? Anyone on kind of 17 and above? Maybe the Brackens, maybe out of it on 15, because there's probably only 5 marks available here. Unless I give out lots of bonuses. So here we go. Last few minutes. Music, Christmas music. Now, this isn't a trick question, but you do have to work it out. In the 12 days of Christmas, how many gifts are given? Now you have to remember that for instance, on the 3rd day of Christmas, I'll give you a clue here, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Now, you know you've already received 2 turtle doves and a partridge, but you're going to get them again. So you're going to get 6 on the 3rd day of Christmas. So on the 1st day of Christmas, there's just 1. On the 2nd day of Christmas, there's 3. The 2 and the 1. On the 3rd day of Christmas, there's 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. So you're getting 6. In total, once you get to the 12th day of Christmas, and we're not going to go back down again, so just on the 12th, how many gifts have you been given? Michelle's up to 13. See that? I knew it wasn't that bad. I knew it wasn't that bad. 13 out of 20. That's terrific. I was a bit worried for a minute there that I'd kind of let people down with bad questions. Okay, how many gifts over the 12 days do you get? It's a bit of a maths question, actually, but you can work it out. You can sit there and work it out on the side. Question 2. What was last year's Christmas number 1? Okay, 1 mark for the artist, 1 mark for the song. Now, I know Johnny's not going to get this one. So, Gemma, if you get this, 20 and a half versus 21, you could pull away. But I also know that Johnny's got a great chance of getting the maths question, so which is the 12 days of Christmas question. Now, I'm not saying, Gemma, you won't, but I just know that Johnny's strong in that area. So this is now getting, I'm kind of, even my questions are beginning to think, who am I favouring? So fortunately, I didn't draw it up. Question 3 in this final section. We all know and love Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Okay, great Christmas song. But within a year for the mark, 2 marks if you're bang on. When was it released? When was Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas? Now that could play into Michelle's hands and Miss Williams and Miss Humphrey, and not because they're all kind of female singers, you know, the time, but because they all know they're Mariah Carey. That could be playing straight into their hands. Here we go. Question 4. What song are these lyrics from? Okay, now this is going to be, okay, right. It's been a long quiz. I've been talking a lot, but I'm going to try, okay? I'm going to just try, what do they call it? Croon, okay? I'm going to try and croon this, okay? There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. The next line is the title, okay? Parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. What's the next line? And who random? Oh, I know this. There we go. What do we think? Did I give away the tune? What do we think? Now at this point, and it just occurred to me, I hope that Mr. Tierney and Mr. Laughlin aren't watching, because they'll be saying, "Oh no, everyone's going to think we're such lacking in music as a school because the headmaster's trying to croon and sing and give us a tune, and he hasn't got a tune in him." So there we go. I hope they've given you enough for you to think, "Oh, I might know that one," and oop, random did. The final question of the Christmas quiz for 2020 is this: how many different versions of the Band-Aid song "Do They Know It's Christmas" have been released? And I'm going to give bonuses for every year you can mention. Now, what you're not allowed to do is say, "Oh, I'll just write down every single year," because then if you're writing down every single year since 19 something or another, then your answer is it's been released that many times, which means you get 0 from the start. But if you put down a number and then write down a number of years to match it, then if you're within tolerance of kind of, how many times it's been, so you're guessing, a handful, you're not kind of saying 50, 1951, 1952, 1953, 1954, okay, then I will give bonuses for every year. Okay, what do we think? I'm pretty sure it's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Now, that's absolutely true. I said, I think it's called "All I Want for Christmas," and I think it's "Is You" in brackets or added on, but it might be "All I Want for Christmas Is You" without looking it up. And I'd be delighted if one of you wanted to. But then the problem is, if you looked it up, you might find out the year it was released. And so do it afterwards. But I call it "All I Want for Christmas," but when I sing it, it's all. But I'm not going to sing Mariah Carey, right? I'm not going to sing Mariah. Should I have changed hats by this point? I think so. I've had the flashing hat on for long enough. I'm going to give you the answers in a minute. But here's the question quickly: how many gifts in the 12th Day of Christmas song? What was last year's number one? Artist and song, 1 point each. When was Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" released? What song are these lyrics from? There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. Do 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 do. Blah, blah, blah. And then finally, how many different versions of "Do They Know It's Christmas" and what were the years for bonuses? Woo! Right, the hat's got to come off. I'm roasting like a marshmallow. I've got to turn the lights off as well. I have to find out where the little light thing is. So thank you to Miss Elliott for the hat. She's done a great job with that. I've got another Santa hat. This is. I promise you, this is a different one. It's another kind of plush one. I could do that, couldn't I? That might be interesting. There we go. Is everyone ready for the answers? Should we go? Okay, for the final answers for the quiz, Christmas quiz 2020. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas. And let's do this now. How many gifts in the 12th day of Christmas? 364. There we go. 364 gifts if you add them all together. There you go. It's one for every day of the year, nearly. What was last year's Christmas number one? It was Lad Baby, and the song was "I Love Sausage Rolls." I think there was kind of a Greg's theme going on. "I Love Sausage Rolls" by Lad Baby, 1 mark for each. Question 3, "All I Want for Christmas Is You" was released in 1994. If you said 1994, take 2 points. 93, 92, 1 point. 95, 96, 1 point. So a couple of years either way. The quizmaster who set the question said 1 year either way. I'm going to give you 2 because actually that's probably a little bit harder. What's up? Absolutely, Flash. Thanks for joining. And oh yes, parties for hosting, marshmallows for roasting, and caroling out in the snow. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There you go. It's the most wonderful time of the year is the title of the song. Okay. Anything along those lines, give yourself a half. But if you've got "It's the most wonderful time of the year," give yourself a mark. Okay. But anything about "It's a wonderful year" or "a wonderful time," you can have a half. Okay. And how many different versions of "Do They Know It's Christmas"? It is a lot of swans, and you can't, you stick them on the Thames. Just don't hurt them. 4 versions of Band-Aid's "Do They Know It's Christmas." Gemma got it. Was that the 364, Gemma? Well done, you. Or it's the most wonderful time of the year. I don't know which one, but you got it all. You're brilliant. Here we go. 4 versions of Christmas, and the original was 1984. Then it was re-released in 1989 to kind of re-promote, and then it had a 20-year anniversary in 2004 and a 30-year anniversary in 2014. So 84, 89, 2004, 2014 for bonuses. So final scores on the doors, people, please. If you need anything repeated, if you've got any questions, Quizmaster's decision is final, and I'm not even the Quizmaster, so who knows. Let me know your scores. We'll work out the winner. We'll stay on the chat until we worked out the winner. The winner's going to get, probably in the new year now, unfortunately, an Amazon voucher in the post. If we've got some great performances, we'll have a couple of winners. Who knows? But I'm really grateful for you all kind of joining us, joining in, giving up a video evening. I've now got an interesting scenario where I've got 20 people on, but 23 likes. More people like the video than are actually watching it. That's amazing. How do we do that? Time of the year. You can have half a time of the year random. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's fantastic. But if you said it's the most wonderful time of the year, you get a full mark. So let's work out who our winner is. What I want you to do while you're working out your scores and feeding them back to me, I want you to just make sure that you are taking great care of yourselves, staying safe, masks, hand washing, sanitizing, being careful when you go out, just being careful, protecting yourself, protecting your family, protecting your friends and everyone around you. Just want you to carry on being kind and kind of happy, with yourselves, with your family, with your friends. So just be safe, be kind, be happy, and you'll have a great Christmas. And as I declared in my video this morning, if you haven't watched it already, Father Christmas is COVID safe. He will be coming down the chimney. It's okay. He's allowed. He's been declared safe, clear. He's okay. He's isolating to make sure the toys are made. If you haven't made your donations to charity, do that. Look at our Wednesday video. Do all your donations to charity, so that basically we can make other people's lives a little bit easier and better. So watch your Monday videos for the movies. Watch your Tuesday videos for your tracks, for your music. Watch your Wednesday videos for your literature, but also for your charities. And then yesterday for your prize draws from the PSA and the chocolate raffle. And then today's for a little bit of fun. And then today's quiz. We've got scores coming in. Waggles 26. Congratulations. That's a huge score. That's absolutely brilliant, Waggles. I'm going to have to work out who you are, but that's a great score. Oh, 26 likes, maybe. I don't know. Is that your score, Waggles, or are you still telling me how many likes there are? I've only got 23. Anyway, but Waggles, let me know, because, got an email that says you need to isolate. What year are you in, random? Okay, I can kind of confirm. I know we're all isolating at the moment. Do you know what? We're about probably going to tier 3. Just look after yourself. It's easier to look after yourselves if you're isolating, and there's lots to do, lots of fun and games to be had in the home with the family. Get back to traditional kind of movie watching, sitting down, eating together, playing games. There's loads of things we can do to look after ourselves. Roxana got 11. Johnny got 22 and a half. Congratulations to both of you. Michelle got 17. Go, Michelle. Random got 27, loving that. Autocorrect 26. Thank you, Random, for being honest. Drista has a face mask. I do have a face. Sometimes I don't know whether you're talking to me or talking to each other. I don't, it's a thing. Okay. Gemma's got 30. Wow, pulling way out in front. Mrs. Humphrey's got 16. Is Miss Williams going to tell us what she got? I don't know. Who else are we waiting for? I don't know if we're waiting for anyone else. Waggles is Oscar. Now, I do remember that from before. Thank you, Oscar. Yeah. Although I did think I said last time, I said there's lots of Oscars. So I'm not sure which Oscar is. But do you know what? I will know who's isolating, so I'll know which Oscar it is. So you don't need to tell me. I'll work it out. Brilliant. But you did get 26. That's amazing. Second tier. That's tear as in crying, or tear as in you meant T-I-E? But I won't be the teacher on the video. Yeah, but I think we're going 30. Who knows? Who knows? Watch the news. Let's see what happens. Apparently, we only need to isolate for 10 days now on the BBC. There is a lot of cases around. Ms. Williams got 20. In second, absolutely. So 26, 27. There's some really good scores there. And I'm going to say, I think Waggles, for the constant support, 26, you're going to get a prize. So that's Oscar. But Oscar, drop me a mail to head at KGS just to confirm which Oscar you are for sure, just so I know I'm sending it to. Gemma, you're going to get a prize. You finished top. Random, I need to know who you are so I can drop you a prize. So Oscar in first year, brilliant. Thank you, Oscar. So a prize for you. random, need to just double check who you are so I can send you a prize. Just drop me a mail. Gemma, you're definitely getting first prize. But guys, thank you very much for joining me. Really, really well done. Have a wonderful Christmas. Do look after yourselves. I will see you in the new year in person, I hope. We won't be doing any more videos unless we go into lockdown. You're not going to have to suffer me anymore until next Christmas when I've got a new Christmas suit and after I've auctioned this one off. It's been great fun, and just have a great Christmas, everybody. Look forward to seeing you too soon. Until then, to all of you, happy Christmas, and Headmaster out.